What was a major PR disaster? Going way back, in internet years, to the early 1980s. Osborne Computer Company announced their forthcoming new model would be much better than their existing one. So of course people stopped buying the existing one. And thus they went out of business before the new one was ready. This is both sad and hilarious. You just know they were so proud of coming out with something better, and that better was their downfall. That time that Burger King released a 6-second ad with the "OK Google, what is the Whopper Burger?" This triggered any nearby Google devices to give a description of the Whopper Burger. Except that it got the info straight from Wikipedia. So people just went to the Wikipedia Whopper page and changed the information to say things like "contains children" and "contains traces of cyanide." Eventually Google just said duck it and made the ad not work with Google devices anymore, if I remember correctly. That's genius though. KFC decided to give out free chicken for one day as part of a promotion. Obviously. However, you have to play it safe with your advertising when doing something like this. If you give out all of your product for free, then that's a loss, but you still want people to be aware of it. So you should advertise it on a talk show that will be viewed but not by everyone. So, who's this Oprah Winfrey chick? She's just a niche thing, right? Let's advertise it on her show. The results are pretty much what you would expect. In Australia, our supermarket Woolworths has the slogan, "We're the fresh food people." On Anzac Day, basically a memorial day for our fallen troops, they tried to do a promotion called "Fresh in Our Memories." It did not go down well. KKK Wednesday at a Krispy Kreme donut shop in the UK. It was meant to promote the Krispy Kreme Club. That can't be real. It is real. Happened in Hull, my hometown. Susan Boyle had an album release party. The PR company came up with the hashtag Susan Album Party. Sue's Anal Bum Party. The Balloon Fest 86. Basically what happened was the United Way of America tried to break the world record for most balloons released at once by releasing 1.5 million balloons as a harmless publicity stunt. What they didn't realize was that what goes up must come back down. The falling balloons cause millions of dollars in property damage. The deaths of a few fishermen. Difficulties in air navigation. And presumably a ton of wildlife killed. Not only did they get negative publicity and lawsuits, the balloons caused an actual disaster. The United Airlines dragging off the Asian doctor. Pretty ducked up and poorly handled. Don't forget about them smashing that guy's vintage Gibson Taylor guitar. It was Delta that smashed a guy's Gibson ES-335. Bill Cosby posting "Go ahead. Meme me" on Twitter 3 weeks after Hannibal Buress called him out for rape. Ask R. Kelly. New Coke. One of the conspiracy theories on Reddit is that New Coke was the company's way of masking the shift from cane sugar to high fructose corn syrup. When Ariana Grande was caught licking a donut, it wasn't hers. It was on the counter. Then she made an apology video talking about the rise of obesity in America lol. She also caught a lot of heat for being really rude to the lady behind the counter. That vid made everyone hate her for a while. Until she started riding that bicycle in side to side. When they were advertising the Aqua Teen movie and people thought the ads were bombs. Michael Phelps vs a shark. Who will win? That it got so hyped and not once did they listen when somebody said that a computer simulation was of course going to fail to satisfy. How BP initially handled the Deepwater Horizon explosion. The CEO, Tony Hayward, standing down near the docks in a business suit while everyone else is in work gear, made him look seriously out of touch. He and his son going sailing, like they were on a vacation. And then him saying "I'd just like my life back on the news." Acting like having to deal with this was a big inconvenience to him. We're sorry. Zac Efron tweeting "I'm thankful for 2 things today. MLK and hitting 10 million Instagram followers." Many people took offense to it and he wasn't able to deny it. Don't forget Ted Cruz liking an incest porno. To be ducking fair. Every free porn video is an incest themed video. Stepmom, stepsister, etc. Marvel announced on Twitter a partnership with weapons manufacturer Northrop Grumman. Less than 24 later it was cancelled because of the backlash. It's worth noting that they did this the same week as the Vegas shooting. Also note that Iron Man is against the military-industrial complex. The woman who said that we shouldn't mourn the victims of the Vegas shooting because they were probably Republicans. Holy duck. Now, that's not exactly a PR thing, but that's ducking horrible. The Kendall Jenner Pepsi ad. I fail to understand how nobody working on it realized how badly it looked. It blows my mind how major companies have bad commercials. They have so many people working on them and so much money to spend. How do they duck it up so often? BP oil spill is pretty much a textbook example of a PR disaster. The CEO said he just wanted his life back after millions of gallons of oil spilled into the ocean. That British spin doctor who sent her boss an email asking what unpopular news they could bury due to the events then currently happening in New York on the 11th of September 2001. TBH, there were some pretty serious stories that were aired on the 10th and 11th that were never really received. Deepwater Horizon oil spill. CEO standing in front of million cameras saying I cancelled my holiday for this, or words to that effect. He was removed not long after. When South Park takes the piss. You know you've ducked up. We're sorry. McDonald's I Hit It campaign. Making it seem like the guy on the ad wanted to duck a burger. The Philippine Pepsi riots in 1992. Pepsi wanted to increase sales in the pie, so they had a prize contest where winning numbers would be printed under bottle caps. Sales of Pepsi went up 31% and 30 million people bought Pepsi. Someone decided 349 was a winning number. 800,000 caps had 349 printed on them. Pepsi couldn't pay. Chaos ensued. Bottling plants were burned. Employees and managers were assaulted. A grenade at one plant killed 3 people. Pepsi executives fled the country, still owing winners over $1 million.